Hey everyone, I'm back, and today we're going to be talking about License to Kill. And this movie came out in 1989, and it's directed by John Glenn, who directed all the previous James Bond movies up until now. And what I mean by that is he didn't do every single James Bond movie. Just from his career, the first one that he did was For Your Eyes Only, all the way up to this one. And this was the last James Bond movie that he directed, and I thought this one was pretty good. I like it about as much as The Living Daylights. And what this movie gave me was good action, good practical action with stunt work, and that was impressive to see. And I was able to respect the movie because of that, and lots of in camera stuff. And I liked Timothy Dalton as James Bond. I think he's good. And I do feel as though this movie opened really strong. I really love the opening action scene in this movie. And during that action scene, there was one moment in it that reminded me of The Dark Knight Rises. And if you've seen the movie, you know what I'm talking about, both this and The Dark Knight Rises. And there were some nice looking shots in this movie that actually added to the overall experience of this film for me. I was able to enjoy this movie as an action movie and not just like a typical nice simple entertainment James Bond film. I felt as though this movie was a step above that, and it just had a much tighter script and overall offered more than, I guess, the average James Bond movie before this. Not saying that I don't enjoy those, but I feel as though this movie was trying to do something different and have more of a voice of its own. I also enjoyed where the story went, and I was entertained throughout the whole thing. I wasn't bored. There are some beats in the story that I didn't see coming and were kind of a surprise, even if they are kind of unnecessary, but I was still enjoying what the movie was giving me, and I feel as though this movie did enough that was different that made it stand out, and I do like how this movie is ultimately approaching like, oh, James Bond, he's kind of on his own for this movie and doesn't really have much help from anyone, and that was kind of different and made this one a bit memorable and to try to do something a bit different. And you got to respect a movie that's trying to do something different, even if it's not fully successful. Like, at least seeing some effort to do something I can appreciate. And to get into my issues with this movie, there was one torture scene early on in this movie that I found to be unnecessary and also ineffective. It just didn't do much for me. Not saying that it didn't need to happen, but rather we didn't need to see it. And I just feel as though it would have been more effective if we didn't see it. And there were some annoying cliches in this movie that bugged me, and also some annoying conveniences. I was like, really? Did you need to do that? That's so disappointing that that's the case. There were also some jump scares in this movie. I was like, why is this movie doing jump scares? The previous films didn't do that. They're just having these like loud noises, and I get that they're in this movie's universe, but still, the way it's edited together just feels like a jump scare. And it happens multiple times in this movie. And my only other complaint with this movie would just be there were a couple of moments where I do feel as though this movie kind of betrayed the character of James Bond a little bit. And I can't get into specifics because I don't want to spoil anything. But overall, I do feel as though this movie tried to do something a little bit different, and it worked overall. I liked what it was going for, and I liked what it offered me. It was enjoyable, and I would definitely recommend that you check it out. I'm not sure if I like it more or less than The Living Daylights. I do think I would have to revisit that movie to see which one I like better. Probably The Living Daylights, but we'll see what happens when I come back to that movie, and I would recommend that you check this one out as well. So, with all that being said, I'm going to give License to Kill a 7 out of 10. Thank you for watching my videos. As always, if you enjoyed this review, be sure to leave a like and comment down below you thought of License to Kill, and my social media links, they will all be in the description, so follow me there. And last but not least, subscribe to be a part of Foley Nation, and I'll see you when I get my next review up, and that is going to be for If I Had Legs, I'd Kick You. So look forward to that, but until I get that up, thank you for watching and have a great day.